Like the soy protein, complete protein, your body only absorbs 59% of that goddamn shit. So you drink 100 goddamn grams of protein with soy milk,
Yeah.
you only get 59 goddamn grams of that shit.
Yeah.
And y'all's response is drink more soy milk. I'm not drinking all that goddamn soy milk.
Hey everyone, it's Mike, and today I want to talk a little bit about sacrifice and the idea that sometimes that when you're a vegan, you have to sacrifice. What I mean by that, I mean being vegan sometimes, depending on where you are, and oftentimes, depending on where you are, can require sacrifice. Do I feel that going vegan for myself required sacrifice? Not so much. For me, switching to a vegan lifestyle didn't result in a lot of sacrifice. I also have a family that basically just takes what I do and lives with it. I don't have a lot of pressure from outside sources to not be vegan. But I know that's not the case for many people. Especially if we go out of the Western world and look into other countries and different economies where you have the idea generally of beggars can't be choosers. But if the beggar's vegan, can they be a chooser? What kind of sacrifice do the people that are beggars and vegan have to go through to maintain their veganism? I'm thinking it's pretty significant. And certainly for younger people, there's a lot of sacrifice that I'm sure they feel, especially if they're still living at home and they have parents that aren't parents or siblings that just simply don't want to hear it from them, right? They're not supportive. They're actually the opposite of supportive. And so oftentimes for them, they're sacrificing relationships to be vegan. So there is a lot of sacrifice that goes into being vegan, depending on the person that you are, all over the world. So when I look at different people that have tried veganism and quit, especially this recent video from those bodybuilding twins, obviously they're not willing to sacrifice. The thing that's so puzzling about theirs is they see the balance of the scale, right? They at least claim to understand that the damage done to the animals, the environment, their health, they've seen that and they weighed it, and then that's kind of what made them go vegetarian. But the difference they found is that they were going to need to change their lifestyle significantly to maintain the type of physique that they wanted. And in the end, they just weren't willing to do that. They saw that as a sacrifice that was too great. So if anything from this discussion, I'm trying to think of how do we make such sacrifices not seem so hard? Good question. I'm not sure. I guess the way I look at it is not so much as finding the solution, but at least heading towards a solution. And so if we're going to have the idea that we want people to be more accepting of veganism and more willing to take the steps necessary to be vegan, what is the best methodology to use to head that direction? Is it one where we deride them and poke at them and keep telling them, oh, you're doing so bad, you're hurting our society, you're killing the animals, keep prodding them that way? Or do we create an environment where we're very welcoming and accepting, where we appreciate and can tolerate the differences of views that some may have, in the hopes that by being around those people, eventually their views may change? I'm not sure. Certainly we've seen anecdotal evidence that just picking on people until they crack has got them to at least try veganism. But we don't really want to have people just try. We want people to stay. So personally, I think I'm going with the supporting and open and tolerating methodology to try to get people to see that what might appear to be a sacrifice for them, in the end, when you balance out the scales against what's happening with the animals and what is happening with the planet, that they decide that any sacrifice is worth it. Not sure. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you don't. Make sure you subscribe to see my next video, and hopefully it'll get nicer outside so I can be outside. It's a little chilly in Minnesota today. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it very much, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.